In a previous video, I generated Doxygen documentation for the FreeBSD kernel, and one of my viewers asked me to show how to do it. Okay, so let's do it. So the first thing I want to do is to create a directory. Let's call it documentation. Let's go to the directory, and we need to have Doxygen file. We can get a template by running Doxygen -g. Doxygen file has been created. We can see it here. Now we need to edit this file. Doxy file. The first parameter that we need to change is the project name. Project name here, instead of being my project, I'm going to call it FreeBSD kernel. Another important setting we need to do is the create subdirectories. We set it to yes. We need to say where is the input coming from, where to search for the files. For that we go for the input parameter, user source and sys. This is where we want to have the files. We want to have it do a recursive search for the files. So let's search for the recursive. Yes. Another thing is that our files need to have a definition, underscore kernel. This is required when compiling the thing. So we search for the predefined underscore kernel. And I just like to do it, which is the generate latex. I don't want this, so currently I set it to no. So those are the base definitions that we might want to have. We can save this. And if we want to have a slightly better documentation, we can have some additional things enabled. So one of them, then the ones that I like to enable are the ones which start with extract. So we have the extract all. I set it to yes. Extract private, yes. Private virtual, yes. Package, yes. Static, yes. Here, methods, yes. Here, yes. Do we still have? No, we have enabled all the extract parameters. The last two parameters I like to enable are the source browser, which currently set to no. I like to have it as yes. And make sure that the search engine is set to yes. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. So what we need to do, we just write Doxygen and we wait a little bit. Alright, so this took a little bit of time, but it's now finished. If you are doing this by yourself, please make sure that you know that this is going to take quite some space. In the disk, let's see, this is taking 1.6 gigabytes. But what we have here, which folders? We have the doxy file and a directory which is called HTML. Inside the HTML, we have all our files. In particular, we have an index HTML, which is how we can, the top level part for the documentation. This is how we can access it. So let's start Firefox on HTML and index. So there we go. This doesn't look so nice because the FreeBSD kernel was not developed with Doxygen in mind. So some of the settings that I enabled, in particular the extract all and whatever, are going to help a little bit for some of the things I'm going to show you, because yeah, currently the kernel is not supposed, you're not supposed to generate documentation using Doxygen, but it works, and it works wonders. So let's see, on a previous video here in the search bar, I was looking at the thread. So we can select here thread. Let's click here. No, it was another one. So maybe this one. Yes. And here I was looking at the process, and here you can see that I'm missing any kind of comments in the file, but so the reason is that the FreeBSD kernel does not have the tags necessary for Doxygen to put the right comments in here. But with the extract all and activating all these things, what we see is that if I click here, we can go to, as an example, we can go to the definition of this, click here, and we can immediately see the comment that is in the kernel, so associated process. Very nice. So it's not optimal, but it's working at least. From here, we can go to the definition of process, for example, or we can go from the other page. It doesn't matter. Here, the same thing. So last time I was looking at the credentials. So here I can see the definition. So for the cred, the process owner's identity. We can also click from here. We looked at the jail, should be here somewhere. The prison, yes, it's called the prison. Let's click here, prison, on the definition, and says that the struct prison is jail, number 2, in the main page. Okay, nice. So we drill down again, and what we can see is that this is another structure. So login class, misclicked. So we need to go to the prison, and we have the PR ID and the PR name, as I said from last time. So let's go here for PR ID. So it's the prison ID, and the PR name is the jail host ID. The PR name, the admin jail name. Here, if you want to have a file list, you can also have a file list and browse the kernel files from here. You can also look at the classes, you can look at the modules, you can look at several things here. Okay, I hope you liked the content. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you also like, you can give some comments down below. And otherwise, I wish you have a nice day and wish you all the best. See you. Bye bye.